They say family is everything. But what happens when the people you trust the most become the reason your world falls apart? This is a story about love, betrayal, and the painful lesson that sometimes loyalty can die where you least expect it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Auntie Show. Today's story is one that will touch your heart and remind you that even the deepest wounds can lead to the strongest comebacks. It's a story of betrayal, heartbreak, and the courage to rebuild when everything you believed in crumbles before your eyes. It all started on an ordinary Sunday morning. The sun was shining, laughter filled the kitchen, and everything seemed perfect. I had a husband I adored, a sister I trusted more than anyone, and a daughter who was the light of my life. I thought we were the kind of family that nothing could ever break. But sometimes the cracks are there long before you see them. Daniel, my husband, and Grace, my sister, shared a bond that always made me uneasy. They were too close, too comfortable, and sometimes too secretive. I told myself I was being paranoid. They were family after all. But my daughter, Maya, saw what I refused to see. "Mom," she said one night, "something doesn't feel right." I brushed it off with a smile, telling her not to worry. If only I had listened. One evening, I came home early. The house was quiet, almost too quiet. Maya met me at the door, pale and trembling. She looked into my eyes and whispered, "Mom, you need to see this." What I saw shattered me. The world I had built, the love, the trust, the loyalty crumbled in an instant. I remember standing there, frozen, as the sound of my own heartbeat drowned out everything else. For days, I couldn't speak. I couldn't eat. The pain was too heavy, the betrayal too deep. My husband, the man I trusted with my life, and my sister, the person who shared my childhood. My secrets, my laughter had destroyed everything. I didn't know what hurt more, the act itself or the realization that I had been blind to it for so long. But Maya refused to let it break us. She was angry, not just for me, but for what they had done to our family. One night, she stood in front of them and said words I'll never forget. "You didn't just betray Mom. You betrayed me. You showed me that love can lie, that loyalty can die, and that family can destroy itself." Her voice didn't shake. She was calm, fierce, and heartbreakingly strong. That moment changed everything. Daniel tried to apologize, but the damage was done. Grace couldn't even meet our eyes. There are wounds that sorry can't heal, and that was one of them. So Maya and I left. We packed our bags, walked away, and started over. The first few months were hard. Every memory felt like a knife. But slowly, we found peace. We laughed again, cooked again, lived again. Maya decided to study psychology, saying she wanted to understand why people hurt the ones they love. I started writing stories like this one, stories about pain, strength, and survival. Sometimes the people who break you also teach you how strong you really are. I learned that blood doesn't define loyalty, actions do. Family isn't always who shares your last name. It's who stands beside you when the world falls apart. So if you've ever been betrayed, remember this: betrayal doesn't define you. What defines you is how you rise after it. You can rebuild. You can heal, and you can love again, even after the storm. Thank you for watching When Loyalty Dies, a Family Shattered. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Auntie Show, where every story reminds us that healing is possible and hope always finds its way home.